So in this session, we're going to see what is the condition type definition. We have seen the agreement type definition. Don't confuse with both are separate entities. Okay, so how we're going to connect with the condition type group, that is keep it parked for some time. I'm going to explain later. So now see condition type and condition technique we have defined. So let's try to see what is the definition of condition type at pricing level, and what is the condition type definition at rebate level. What is the difference? So a lot many settings actually minimized at a rebate condition type level. Let's go to the SAP screen quickly. Now you see these are the rebate condition types we are going to implement now. Let's try to understand what is the basic difference between pricing and this one. Okay, let's try to choose any one of the, basically, like let's choose any one of the, let's assume PR00. I'm selecting. Let's try to understand what is the basic difference between your pricing and this one. So now if you see, if you see control data section, it's almost looks like similar, but you don't have a structure condition in rebate condition type definition. So that is the difference actually. Rebate condition types are controlled because we don't require bomb kind of scenarios. Okay, so if you see the manual entry section, so it is not allowed to change anything because your automatic credit memo will be created or manually credit memo created. Whatever the values it is having, like your pricing condition type definition level, either calculation type or condition clause, or else it is not allowed to delete or add or something like that. If you see in this section, you have something like a group condition, that is anyhow it is not there, so it is limited. Don't have. If you see this section, you can see your regular PR00 holding all these definitions. So this is one of the entry question because it is not allowed to change. People may ask tricky questions around it. So changes which can be, that means manual entries, it cannot be. So like manual entries in the sense, like you cannot able to put the amount percentage, quantity relation, and delete and value, these kind of changes it is not allowed for your rebate conditions. Let's try to check only manual entries are there. So whether it might be manual entry or else you can try to keep it automatic entry has priority. This is the definition given for your rebate condition type. Okay, so most of the times it will be like your automatic conditions, we are not allowed to change rebate conditions. That could be the reason we are using requirement 24 as I said before. So it is displayed in invoice level. Invoice level you cannot able to make any changes for any condition type, that we have already seen in pricing or order management level, right? In rebates it is not allowed to do um, display at your sales order level. Live about invoice. Okay, so you can see the scales. See scale basis, check value, unit of measurement. This is the definition you have, because scales it is important. As I said that if you reached 10 in our theoretical example for chocolates, like a 15,000 or 20,000, whatever the quantities you achieved, based on that the respective percentage will be applied. Either it can be value scale or quantity scale, that you can able to maintain it. Okay, so now let's try to uh, let's uh, let's try to understand what is the basic difference between your regular pricing condition type for other sections. Okay, so let's try to understand this master data section. So is it available in your group? So it's not there, right? After skills nothing is available. So if you go back, scales available, see control data section, all these fields, where it went, you don't require to have too many fields except exclusion and quantity conversion for certain scenarios. Don't have broader definition like irregular your pricing condition type like a currency conversion, variant condition. Accruals is something I'm just going to explain in my pricing advanced, all these fields actually. So you don't have all these fields. So let's try to check other additional fields what we have, because since it is a rebate condition type, you would like to tell to your system whether it is dependent on sales volume. If it is dependent on sales volume, like as I explained, like what is your quantity target, what is your value target, okay, how you are going to give. Independent of sales volume, because I don't want to consider, I wanted to display, I wanted to use it for my administrative expenses. Certain cases you can able to choose it. Let's try to do the quick help on that. See, leave this field condition types as a material debate where payment is based on sales volume. If it is based on sales volume, you have to keep it a blank. So accruals are posted automatically every time. Why? Because it will be calculated on your billing document based on the my rebate basis. The accrual amount posted it is determined by accrual rate. Rate means in condition type how much percentage you maintain. A means lump sum payments, like I told you, right, for keeping display quarterly this much, monthly this much. Okay, so for example, rather than sales volume, accruals are posted manually. So now you are getting a little deeper understanding about an agreement definition, why we have manual uh, accrual document type, and why we have uh, like automatic posting through credit memo and all, right? So we're going to see all those things. So next, provision con corrected. So this is also one of the key important, because you will have interview questions around these two fields. So which uh, control in rebate configuration, whether it is sales dependent or sales independent. Someone might ask, see, if you know, if you forgotten also no problem, but you should have to stress out certain field definition in interview questions. So if you say you are expert in rebates, then definitely they will ask this basic question, whether you have to tell that rebate procedure dependent on sales volume or independent of sales volume. Sometimes they might ask like, if I would like to do the display, how we are going to do the rebate, how we are going to give the rebates for your customer. They will tell some direct or indirect business scenario also. You can say this. Okay, provision con corrected. Let's come here. So what it says, accruals, whether it can be corrected, then it's blank. It is not allowed to correct. That means A means no manual posting of your accruals. Then you have to choose A. B, you can correct it, but posting won't be allowed automatically. So let's see the definition. It is what it talks about. If you want the system automatically correct the values, so if you are giving intelligence to the system, it will be corrected. Then you keep it a blank. That means it is automatic correction. If you don't want to correct accurate values at all, then you keep it A. You're not allowing at all. Okay. Enter B. You are allowing manually, but not allowing the system to correct it. You have to correct it manually. Accruals means like, whatever the percentage it is calculated. So these are the two key important fields. Scales is nothing but, as I said, that how much quantity, how much value it is going to control, either ascending or descending, and certain times scale type and unit of measurement depends on requirement. You can able to do it. Let's try to have a quick comparison between among different rebates. So this is group rebate. So what is the definition? Both are blank. So both are sales volume always corrected. Let's try to understand. Your group rebate and a material rebate and customer rebate will have the same definition. Why? Because we'll do the same thing. But if you go for the most important in sales independent rebate, that means it has no dependency on the sales volume. Such cases you see for your displays and all, you have to choose this one. So never corrected. We're not allowing to correct that one, because for display, you're giving $100 for a quarter for keeping at certain place of your store or rack or something like that, outside of your wholesaler or retailer or big shopping mall. certain space. For that space you are paying, so you don't correct, that is fixed, you have to give it to your customer. So such a cases we have to use it. This is the definition of rebate condition types. This is basically difference from your, what I would say, pricing definition. Okay, why it is specifically different? Because there is no such a requirement. Alternative calculation type, alternative condition, base value, these kind of formulas we're not going to use it. Okay, it is restricted. So this is all about rebate condition type definition. Let's quickly go back to the procedure once. I would like to show you something. So let's go to GA, I think GV. So this is the what rebate expert solutions we have defined. So in that, let's go to table and click on print. So let's try to filter our condition type. So GP star, let's put it. You see, these are the 4 rebate condition types we have done it. You can able to see the requirement is 24, and you have to understand one thing, like, whenever you would like to post your values for your base price and freight and tax and whatever the condition types you take at regular pricing level, you have a account key ERB. Like your net value is 1000, assume the 1000 you are posting here through ERB, like how you have revenue ERU, like that you are posting 1000 on 1000, you are going to calculate your rebate as 10%. On 1000, 10% is 100 euros or US dollars, whatever you take, it depends on your currency. You're keeping aside and keeping into separate GL account accruals. This is for, for paying your customer. Assume that, so you have a 10,000 worth of value is there, on that 10% is 100, it is separated like that. Your target is suppose 1 lakh. 1 lakh, how much? Suppose you reach the total as 1 lakh, if it is accumulated accordingly. 1 lakh on 10% is, it is 10,000. Once 10,000 it is reached, either you can able to do the payments partially or fully, or else final settlement, it depends on your rebate agreement type, but it will be calculated and kept in separate GL account. That will be reverse means it is reversed through credit memo and paid back to your customer. So you have to understand this. So if you see regular condition types, you don't have this, because you're not going to keep it separately. For discount, you're calculating and you're paying through ERS account key in standard. Like, you can able to choose your own own account key actually, that's okay. So why I'm giving stressing out standard means, standard in general everyone aware of about pricing, how it works, but accruals means you are separating but you are not paying. When you are paying, then it will be reversed, and through credit memo you are paying on your invoice whatever the amount value it is calculating. Okay, this is the definition about your condition type and procedure level fields. Actually, this is just for a reminder I have taken back, and I was trying to explain you, because these condition types, it will be calculated on rebate basis. You just try to remember always 7 will be the subtotal compa bomba, some field will be there, and runtime it will be calculated based on the net invoice value that I am going to explain you at the time of showing practicals. Okay, so this is all about rebate condition type and pricing procedure about condition technique. So now let's try to get into the actual terminology of what is the condition type group actually, that I'm going to cover in next session. Thank you. Have a great day.